what I'm about to tell you in this video really happened the way I'm telling it, and I can't even believe it myself, so it is a bit unbelievable. Hey everyone, welcome to my RV addiction. Thought we'll do a bit of story time tonight. I'm just parked up here at a friend's place and doing a bit of mooch docking. It's a little bit chilly, so I've got my heater on, my little buddy heater. It's keeping me nice and warm. There it is down there. We're sitting on about 27 degrees at the moment, which is beautiful. Thank you for that, buddy heater. But I just wanted to talk about my first major motorhome disaster, breakdown really. It was a bit shocking, and what I'm about to tell you in this video really happened the way I'm telling it, and I can't even believe it myself, so it is a bit unbelievable. But I think it was around about November last year, I was taking my son down to Waruna for a camping trip, and we heard a strange noise. The engine started rattling. Anyway, to cut a long story short, the car stopped working. I pulled over to the side of the road and that was it. Smoke was coming out the bonnet. It wouldn't start. I got out, checked the radiator, it was empty. So it had blown a gasket and it had blown all the water out the radiator through the engine, through the exhaust pipe, and completely cooked. So I rang up a tow truck and we got the car towed back to a friend's place in Morley so I could sleep the night in it and work out what I'm going to do the next day. But the next day came, I did a bit of looking online for a mechanic in the Morley area. I managed to find one that was very close by, and I took my car there for him to have a look at it. He said he could do it. So I got the tow truck, got it towed to his workshop. He did a full inspection. And then after inspecting the vehicle, he told me that pretty much the engine had to be removed and rebuilt and then put back in again. So I asked him how much is that going to cost. He said $8,000. He's a really nice guy. It's a father and son business. And he kept patting my shoulder and saying, "Don't worry mate, I'll look after you." And he seemed really trusting and believable. So as I do a fly-in fly-out job, and on my R&R I always live full-time in my motorhome, I said to him, "How long will it take?" And he said 10 days and it'll be completely finished. So I left him with the car, told him I'm flying out to work for 14 days. And he told me, "Look, I need some money to give the engine rebuilders." So I gave him $6,000 cash, for which he gave me a receipt. I flew to work, and while I was at work, after about a week, he sent me a text message saying that he's noticed my car's been in a previous accident and there was a slight bend in the bar behind the radiator, and if I could come back and give him my insurance details and put in a claim and say that I hit a kangaroo and completely lie and say that's why my engine overheated. I said to him, "I'm not going to do that. I can't lie to an insurance company, it's illegal." So then he got really angry with me and said, "Oh, well, if that's the case, it's going to cost you $2,500 extra to straighten that little bit of metal that was bent," which wasn't even serious in my opinion. Not that I'm an expert, but it just looked like it needed a few taps of the hammer. So anyway, I said to him, "Well, look, go ahead, do it." Very disappointed that my car wasn't fixed, because now I've got nowhere to live. I had to book into a hotel. It was very luxurious, but I hated it. Anyone who lives in a motorhome would understand what I mean. Once you live in your motorhome, that's your home, and you just don't feel at home anywhere else. So I went back to work again. After another 14-day swing, I get home, he still hasn't done anything. And I can't believe it. He's got the money now. Now his whole attitude changes. He's extremely rude to me. You know, it's turned from this really nice guy to this horrible person that's just talking down to me and saying I'm too busy at the moment, I've got too many jobs on. Meanwhile, my motorhome's just sitting there. So I flew out to work again, and then I flew home, and when I go check on my car, now he's started removing parts off my car. He's removed the headlight lenses, the grille. He's taken out my car battery, and it looks to me as though he's starting to strip my car. I can't believe it. So I rang up Consumer Protection to get some advice, and they said the first thing you need to do is get your car off his premises, because he can do anything to it while it's there. At no stage did he even take it into the workshop. It's still parked on his pavement now, all this time. So basically they've been there for 2 months. I got a tow truck to come and take the car away, and then I rang him up to get my deposit and my parts back, and then pretty much I was told to F off, and he hung up on me. And this is months and months ago now. What are we in September already? And I still haven't got my parts or my money. Now I'm going through the painful process of getting a lawyer and taking this guy to court. Now I've got a mediation coming up on the 26th of this month. The guy just refuses to give my money back or my parts. I took my car somewhere else. They fixed it within the 10 days, just like they promised. And there was no problem at all. The big dent that he talks about, that it was in a major accident, the guy's straight in for $150 with a hammer. And I just wanted to tell everyone, be very careful who you trust. Don't give anyone any money until they've done the job, because once you pay them, that's it. The work just doesn't get done. Anyway, that's all my story for tonight. I hope you've learned something by my mistakes, and just be very careful who you trust. Anyway, I'm going to have a cup of wine. Take it easy, everyone.